Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXC Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Oh my gosh, I am excited about Kemba Nelson. Kemba Nelson is back, and look here, she said she now go in, she now go back inside, she outside, and she now go in, and I love it. I love the type of excitement seeing athletes come back and be excited to be back in something that they love doing, and of course putting down great performances that will leapfrog them into what is to come for the rest of the season. So yeah, Kemba Nelson has returned. No, this kind of shakes up again the structure as it relates to what certain expectations will be heading into again this Jamaica senior trials. I've been talking about it all season. Say, look here, all of the hosts are go tumble down at stadium. The hosts are go tumble down at stadium. I swear to you, because separate apart from the big three that we're hoping will come back to their best, right? We have to look at, a likes of a Kemba Nelson. Kemba Nelson has been there already and has done that. And I'm talking about the fact that she in 2022 was able to make the national team over the women's 100 meters and even a bit dibby placing. She placed second, running at 10.88 seconds. So that Kemba Nelson has been through that type of experience and knows how to deliver on the day, has returned. Now, for some of y'all who don't know, Kemba Nelson suffered an injury last season and it pretty much kept her out. I did point out that a lot of the elite performance athletes, and that's the elite performance clubs, I realize sometimes when I say elite, you may not really know what I'm talking about because I just say elite and everybody's elite athletes, right? So, with that said, I'm talking about the club when I say elite, right? So, last season, a lot of the elite athletes, elite performance club athletes, they picked up injuries, and Kemba Nelson was one of them, right? Again, I spoke to the fact that she was recently transitioning into professional life, so that type of expectation that you would say is normal for these athletes. But of course, knowing that they're injured, knowing that they go through that healing process, and just waiting for them patiently to come back. And this season, Kemba Nelson has returned, and she has returned very, very solidly. Now, over the weekend, she took part in the Tom Jones Invitational. And Trackies, I have to say, I was definitely impressed with her first run of the season. First one, and she dropped an 11.15 seconds. Now, I know some of you are going to go, oh, this is 11.15 seconds. You're making, much about nothing. No, this is a great start for an athlete that has a PB of a 10.88 to come back into what will be expected at 10.88. Not sure yet because I'm not really seeing any signs yet to say she'll potentially go any faster than 10.8 this season, but I'm expecting her to at least get back into that realm. So at 11.15 seconds is a very, very solid start. And I'm very, very impressed. Now, when I look at it and the athletes that I'm potentially expecting to, be into 10-8 this season, there's quite a few, right? I'm talking about there's Alana Reed. She was also there over the weekend running really great as well. So I'm there looking at the Alanas. I'm looking at also Natasha Morrison. I'm looking at the twins. Still need to see a bit more, but I am looking at the twins, right, to see what they'll be able to do. Still looking at Sasha Lee, even though she suffered what seemed to be a slight setback a few weeks ago. I'm hoping that everything will be able to be ironed out as quickly as possible. But with that said, still excited to see what she'll be able to come with. Also, there's still Kevona Davis in college. There's still Brianna Liston in college as well. So those are just some of the athletes, because Jamaica has so many. And sometimes I start naming names and I forget one person and everybody goes crazy in the comment section. Oh my God, how come you forgot this person or that person? Look here, too much name that if you call. Too much name that if you call. So I'm not going to be trying to call every single person all the time. But with that said, there's a lot of expectations with this women's 100 meters this season. But I definitely think Kemba Nelson will be in the conversation. And I definitely think at least we'll be seeing Kemba back to where she was in 2022. And that is at 10.88, right? Potentially we could see mid 10.8, a low 10.8, not sure, but this is great signs for the future. And as I said, she's outside and she's excited and she's ready to go. Something else that Kemba Nelson was talking about, was that she was wishing she had run a relay leg so that she could get a blowout. Now, why is this important to me is that Kemba is saying that 11.15 could have been so much faster. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? How much faster were we expecting Kemba Nelson to open her season? Are we talking, an 11 flat? Are we talking about could she have challenged the winners running, the winners run 10.94 to, I would say equal the same time, but it was first and second separated by the thousands, but still, could she have challenged those times if she had had a relay leg to warm her up to get that blowout, as she put it? So that 11.15 is quite deceiving when I hear those additional thoughts put on top of it to say, if I'd gotten a blown out, or not to say if I'd gotten a blown out, but she said, wish I'd gotten a blown out in a 4x1, right? But that's telling me other things, telling me that 11.15 could have been so much faster, which means that if she could have been potentially faster, maybe I am underestimating Kemba Nelson, and Kemba Nelson could go on to shatter her personal best this season and possibly go maybe 10 sevens. You never know, because she was like, look here, if I got no blowout, I could have gone much faster. Again, that's my interpretation of what she said. So, with taking that into consideration, Trackies, do we have another potential 10-7 athlete on our hand heading into the trials? Trackies, all I know is Kemba is back, Kemba is ready, Kemba is excited, and Kemba is going to be laying down some phenomenal performances. And I believe that we have to keep an eye out for these elite athletes this season. I definitely feel like they're coming back. Last season was a bit of a damper, a lot of injuries here, there, and everywhere for a lot of the athletes across their events. But this year, look out for them. Look out for them. I'm keeping my eye out, and Kemba has started with a big bang. And what she said on top of that is making me so much more hopeful for what is to come in the future for her. But anyway, let me know now your thoughts in the comment section below. Kemba Nelson has returned, and she returns with flying colors. 11.15 seconds to start, but it could have been a little bit faster based on what she's saying. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you think that Kemba Nelson will at least be back to her 10.88 personal best this season and be one of those girls that are challenging really majorly in the women's 100 meters at the Jamaican Senior Championships? Or do you think I'm underestimating her and she's definitely could go potentially go, much faster, 10 sevens, potentially, and really challenge the big three? Do you think that is what may likely happen? Or are you going to be like, okay, T, you get excited too quickly, too soon? Some of y'all are just too boring, as far as I'm concerned. Some of y'all are just too boring and love boring track and field. I will not appreciate no boring talk in my comment section. It will never happen from me, at least. If you want to hear boring commentary, certainly go visit. I don't know whose channel is boring, but go visit there, but not from me. I'll always be excited for the performances. So let me know, of course, in the comment section below, Kemba Nelson, what you think. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.